character standpoint, this is the kind of you are the kind of guy that Vince Russo has a wet dream over. You're the kind of guy that fucking has that loose cannon. You'll say whatever the fuck you want on the fucking mic kind of thing, because that's kind of like how he puts himself across too. But like to me, you're the guy. I mean, I couldn't imagine that you wouldn't be in the best position with him as the fucking ringleader. You know what I mean?
Vince Russo he is a Jeff Jarrett mark, and I don't know why, but Jeff Jarrett thought he was going to be the Hulk Hogan of that company and be the flag bearer, and he was no better than anybody else in that company. He couldn't have fucking wore my jockstrap, and I tell him this to his day. He couldn't fight me out in the street because I'd beat his fucking ass for real,
right.
And he couldn't wrestle me in the ring. You notice we never worked each other because anytime I was out there, he even made the comments, there's no way he could keep up with me. If I really wanted to go and I turned it on, I'd have that fucker stepping on his own tongue. You know?
Right. DDT without dropping his knee down and protecting himself. It's really pathetic.
Well, you know what? And another thing about that company, there's a lot of people don't know. I mean, it's just so much that went on in the back. I mean, you know, favors done for this guy and that guy and stuff. I mean, it was just a sickening kind of thing for me. I got in this business and I busted my ass from day one. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson never helped me get into a big company. I had to do it on my own. Okay, nobody ever gave me a phone call. Nobody ever fucking made a call and said, hey, why don't you give my boy a chance or anything. Nobody ever did that. Okay, whenever I walk into a company after I've already been in the business 10 or 11 years at that time, and, you know, I'm busting my ass like I always have, and then there's guys in here who are getting top spots because they're good friends with some queer in the damn back. You know what I'm saying? Staying the night at the house while they're partying in Nashville and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying there's a lot of... Hey, are you saying just like... Because Violence Jack and me are not in the fucking wrestling. We don't know anything about wrestling, really, except that we're fans of it. You know, like, what we see of it that we're fans of. You know, and we don't watch, like... We don't watch this shit, so we don't know. And so when I talk to you, I'm like, man, we don't do this shit like the other shows because we don't give a fuck, you know? Like, we just talk shit and antagonize motherfuckers and stuff like that. We don't know anything about it, so we just know what you're talking about. But we do know in the music business that there's a lot of dick sucking to the next level. Are you saying there's a lot of that? Like, and I'm talking about real dick sucking, not like, hey, bud, how's it going? Like, I'm talking about actual dick.
In the ball, swallowing the goo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the real fucking deal. I mean, it not only happens in fucking music, it happens in wrestling, it happens in all of entertainment, really. You know? I mean, you gonna tell me that half the, you know, the hot chicks you've seen on TNA got there because of their ability? Don't think so.
Well, of course not them. I'm talking more about the guy wrestlers, because
well, there you go.
Just talking about LA, you know, you talk about a bunch of all these boy bands that get put together and stuff. This Lou Pearlman's in prison. I think because he had young boys sucking his dick and shit like that. You know, to put this shit together.
In the wrestling business, there'll be a lot of motherfuckers in jail then if that's the case.
Yeah, I happen to think a woman that most people call a whore, I think is a nice lady, because, you know, how else would an ugly motherfucker like me get laid? But,
I love whores too. You know what? When it's taking money out of my fucking, she ain't no whore then. You know.
Hey, we're all in favor. We're all in favor of. Well, I'm not. I mean, whores are okay. Sluts are better. I really love sluts the most, of course, out of all of them, because they just do it for free because they think you're cool, and I'm cool, and Kid Kash is cool. Violence Jack, you're a mark, but you know you can get some here and there. But you know, this is you know what we're talking about. We all know what we're talking about. But you were talking about earlier. I was talking about, or you were talking about it, and I wanted to bring it up for sure, because I'm such a freak on the whole like steroids issue. Like I'm so much of a proponent of steroids. I just wanted to know about your fucking. Did you ever do it? I mean, you obviously know everybody in the fucking. In the hobby. I call wrestling the hobby because just
okay, well, let me ask you this. And are you going to sit there and tell me that when you watch TV and you see a guy that is, say, Batista size or John Cena size, looks like that 365 days a year, it can't be done. Trust me. I mean, and you know what? I'll be straight up. Fuck yeah, because steroids before, and I like steroids. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, there's nothing, to me, yeah, they might enhance you, but you know what? You got to get your ass in the gym, and you got to work out even harder than you did if you were on them. So it's not fake. It's not anything. I disagree with anybody who says taking steroids makes you fake. It's bullshit. Kiss my ass, because you have to work out even harder to keep that shit, you know, when you come off of it.
Dude, you're so right. And the thing about it is that, I mean, it's a scientific method for your own body. You got to try all kinds of different things, because I've tried every of them, and like some of them work and some of them don't. Some of the fat burners work, some of them don't. But you know, I mean, you could get tests and that's going to work for almost every guy, because as people get older, they definitely have to get a test boost, no doubt about it. Because you just watched this last week. There's a video of Sly Stallone fucking working out. Dude looks like a shredded fucking 25.
He's on growth hormone. That's what everybody's on nowadays.
Yeah, and he says it. He has no shame. Testosterone and human growth hormone, and that's what he's all about. And why wouldn't you do that? If you have the money to do it, why the fuck wouldn't you do it?
Well, maybe everybody ought to step back and look at their attendance level too now, because you know, would you go to a professional bodybuilding show and watch a natural guy, or would you rather see a big fucking dude that's got muscles coming out of his fucking ears? You know what I'm saying?
For one, I'm not into like WBF and like gay shit. You know, I don't want to just go look at like a fucking bunch of dudes in underwear. I
know that, dumbass. I'm talking about if you're going to put your money down and you're going to go to see Mr. Olympia. Now, every Mr. Olympia is natural, but no steroids, no nothing. They're only going to get so big and so cut. Now, you going to watch that, or would you pay your money to see somebody like fucking Ronnie Coleman, who's got muscles coming out of every, you know?
And this is the point. If I was saying, let me make this point about Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman did it with the last two Olympias. I know about this. I know everything. Fucking Jay Cutler's won the last two Olympias. He's definitely, obviously, on the juice. And
he got caught steroids. Remember that?
Well, let me just put this to this.
Almost went to fucking prison.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Ronnie Coleman, who had won all of the previous Olympias, the 7 or 8 previous Olympias to that.
Yeah.
That motherfucker is 47 years old and still humongous, gigantic, and unbelievable. And most guys about, 27, 28 look like dumpy piles of bald shit. You know what I mean? They're not looking cool. They're not looking good. They look like they're in a minivan. They don't look good. What's wrong with fucking having a little extra testosterone?
Nothing, because I tell you what, when you blow that load, it makes it a lot fucking bigger too. Well, that's for sure.
I know. Well, also, staying incredibly hydrated and drinking a lot of water will make your load bigger too. But I know for personal experience, taking a little bit of extra testosterone will make the wiener a little bit bigger.
Hey, it does. Yeah, they can say what they want. They say it makes your balls shrink. It always made my dick a lot bigger.
It makes my dick bigger. It never made my balls smaller, because they couldn't really be smaller. My dick really couldn't be that much smaller either. But fuck, it made my dick a little bit fucking bigger, and it never made. I guess if you really, really, really take a shit ton of stuff, it can make your balls smaller. But that's what they're talking about.
But you know what?
Any normal guy that uses that excuse just has a small dick, and he says, "Oh, it made my dick smaller." But juice has always made my dick bigger.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you got all these outsiders looking in who are sitting their asses on the couch with judging people when they don't know anything about it for real. And those are the ones with the dick in their hand, not in their pussy. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean.
They've never competed in shit in their life, and they just want to type on the internet, oh, this was a 5-star match because of this, and this is a 3-star match.
How would anybody really know what a 5-star match is unless they've actually wrestled one?
No, these people have never even taken a fucking fist to the face.
That's why I don't do very many interviews, if you think about it, because over the years, the only thing I do is I talk to these smart marks on the fucking, internet, and talk to them on the phone and shit like that doing these interviews. They're telling me, what they know about the business, and pretty much what they know is absolutely shit. We don't call, on this show, we don't call them smart marks. We call them dorks, nerds, troglodytes, humanoids, dipshits. And speaking of that, we got a full bank of fucking callers. We got a full bank of callers, and we're going to get to them, but you guys got